it started. Yes, I believe so. Does it say it on your end?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. All right. So, we're talking about The Mandalorian, the finale, chapters 15 and 16. It didn't all end here. Season 2 ended here, but we've got more. Andrew, this is Paul, or I think it's over this way. When the recording comes out, it like flips it, so I think it's this way. So I don't know.
Maybe you had it right the first time. Like, are you over here?
Yeah.
Okay, good, yeah. But it's probably gonna be flipped for the video.
We'll find out.
After these messages.
But yes, so we were talking about Mandalorian, all things Mandalorian. Trying to think of all that happened. Chapter 15 sounds like such a long time ago.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, I guess so. That was the one where they got Mayfeld out of jail, so they could get into that Imperial facility to get to that little kiosk thing or whatever to get the coordinates for Moff Gideon's ship, because Gideon has Grogu, and they're like, all right, we got to go. So the whole gang rolls up to that place, and Mayfeld goes in, but because there's like the special scanning thing, only Mando can go with him. So they dress up as stormtroopers, go in, they're driving like a tank thing full of rhydonium, which is some explosive material. But on their way there,
rhydonium before.
Rhydonium. Where have we seen that? It was in Rebels, wasn't it?
I was in Solo when they went on that little mission at the beginning. It was Jon Favreau's character, the one lady, and the dude, and Solo and Chewie were there as well. It was that one like on the snow planet that went very wrong.
I thought that was coaxium.
Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind.
No, I think we have seen rhydonium before though.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it may have been Rebels, possibly.
It probably was.
But I think that may have been coaxium.
I think you're right. Actually, no. Dadgummit.
There's so many
I gotta confess, I've never seen Star Wars before.
I just kind of got on this call and didn't know what else to do, so so they're like trying to get to the Imperial facility, but then all these pirates attack them because they're trying to get the Imperials off their land or whatever, or they're trying to destroy the rhydonium. So they're like
they were throwing grenades. They were putting detonators on there, like hot prank. Boop.
Yeah, and then Mando was just like getting them all and fighting them all, and then right when he'd fought like a bunch of them, and then right when we think that there's too many pirates, TIE fighters come in and swoop in and kill them, and like we were actually happy to see TIE fighters.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was like, yes, the TIE fighters saved the day, huh?
Didn't Mayfield say something like that? I've never been so happy to see stormtroopers.
yeah. And then so they go in and they're like, they see the terminal, but Mayfield realizes he can't go because there's an officer that he used to work with when he was an Imperial. He's like, he might recognize me. So Mando's like, all right, give it to me. I'll do it. So he does it.
Well, but Mayfield was even stressing about that because like it needed a facial scan.
Yeah.
And he was like, but your mask, you got to keep it on. Because you're a Mandalorian. And he was like, I don't care. And
so he tried it, and then it started to blah, blah, and then he had to, so he was like, all right, fine. So he had to take it off. So we get to see his face again. And then the officer stops them. And then, Mayfield, like, swoops in and, saves him, like, because Mando is just, like, clamming up. He's like, he has no idea what to do. So Mayfield swoops in and helps him, and the two of them sit down, have a drink with, I don't even remember the officer's name, but some random Imperial officer who was like a jerk, and he was talking about Operation Cinder, which it was cool to hear about that again.
He said Operation Cinder?
Or wasn't that what it was? Yeah, he said something about Cinder. He was talking about like burning Khan or whatever, and he was
the one from the Battlefront game, right?
Yeah, he was talking about that. That was the whole thing where he was talking about all the people dying, and that's
that must have went over my head.
I think I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
What is?
And then they were talking about it, and then Mayfeld, like you see him like obviously not too happy about talking about like he's having some PTSD, and then the guy's just like, I don't even remember what he said, something about Imperial victory. So Mayfeld was just like, all right, nah. So he went blasted that guy.
The funniest part about that was the I think it was the shore trooper.
Yeah.
Around, it was like
he's just standing there with his tray.
What just happened?
He was just trying to be on his lunch break.
It was great.
Poor guy. And then they got out of there. The Slave One swoops in and helps them, and
Cara Dune and
Fennec Shand.
Can never remember her name, but yeah, they were on sniper duty. They were just sniping everybody.
And then Mayfeld finally sniped the thing of Rhydonium and blew up the whole base.
That was a shot too.
That was a nice shot.
Like, I forgot that they left that open. It was like, oh yeah, that was left open. What's like
nice.
Wow.
And then the best part of the episode was the end. It was the end when our boy Boba he used his seismic charge.
Can you hear that?
What is that?
My home phone.
Yeah, I can hear it. Call from.
Wait, Crossroads? Like the church? What?
Getting called by the church?
Oh my gosh.
You look like a reverend. They're trying to recruit you.
It's Jesus.
He's like, hey, you look nice today.
Thanks. Aw, shucks.
Shucks, you shouldn't have.
All right, sorry about that. I wasn't anticipating that to go off. Anyway.
No, you're fine.
Seismic charge.
Yes, seismic charge was beautiful. It was absolutely what I needed.
Yeah, me too. Definitely. I was so happy to hear that.
And then, so good. And then
they let him go. They let Mr. Mayfield go.
Yeah, they did. They were like, he died in the explosion.
Yeah.
When he actually didn't.
But the bad to him, it was like
Yeah.
He's a good person now. He's reborn.
He realizes the Empire is trash, and
now he's stranded on that planet forever.
Yeah, I know. He really is.
He literally could have just like hitched a ride with them or something.
Yeah, I should have been like, can I at least like go with you? Like, can you drop me off somewhere?
Like Tatooine.
Drop me off at a McDonald's. Hungry dog.
The Dairy Queen. Shout out to Dairy Queen. Please sponsor us.
Dairy Queen, please. And then we get to the rescue. The rescue is the final episode, and basically the whole thing is they recruit Bo-Katan and
I literally looked at her name.
What is her name? Casca something.
Reeves.
Casca Reeves, that's what it is.
Yes.
Casca Reeves. And they're after her and Boba have a tussle. She
used a wrestling move. I recognize because you know how she's with the WWE wrestling. She used a wrestling move.
Did she really? Maybe that's why they had her do that fight.
She got him by the head and ran up the wall and kind of just did the twirl, and he landed on his head.
Yeah.
It's called a tilt-twirl DDT, but anyway.
Nice.
For that
they just added a little jetpack.
Oh my gosh, she just did a wrestling move.
They just added a little jetpack Mandalorian spin on it.
Yeah, exactly.
So they had a little tussle, and then they went off to Moff Gideon's ship to find Grogu. They drop him off, but Boba goes away. I was like, frick, I want to see Boba in the fight. But it's okay. He wasn't there, but it's all right.
They actually
But
did a cool thing trying to sneak in there because I didn't actually realize they were on the Imperial shuttle until they literally crashed in. I was like, oh wait, that was.
yeah, no, they like
I was like,
acted.
there's no way Boba Fett sucks at like shooting a ship. So I was really confused during that whole thing. I was like, Boba, you're so much better than this. How have you not hit that ship? And I was like, oh wait, that's them.
They pulled a little sneaky on them.
Yeah, it fooled me. It fooled me. And then he just like decimated those 2 TIE fighters and dipped. And I was like,
They would. I was like,
yeah.
oh, there he goes. But so he, so he left. But then the whole squad goes to try and find Moff Gideon, except for Mando. He's looking for the child, but then Moff is with the child, and he's like holding the darksaber to him, like gonna kill him, and then he's like, "You can have him. I have what I want from him." And so he starts to go, and then he attacks Mando, and then they have a fight with the Beskar spear and the darksaber, which we all knew was gonna happen. The instant he got the Beskar spear, I was like, "There's gonna be a showdown." We all know that it wasn't as impressive as I was hoping, but it was still a cool showdown.
It didn't need to be.
Yeah.
I don't think it really needed to be because at first I really thought that was the dumbest move Moff Gideon ever did, just like randomly just wah, bam, bam.
Yeah.
But actually, it was pretty genius because I think we'll explain it later. But
Yeah. No, I know what you're gonna say though. Yeah. So they fight. He beats him. He takes him to the main bridge, and Bo-Katan is like, "Oh no!" And it's because now that he beat Moff Gideon in a fight, technically he owns the darksaber, and he can't give it back to Bo-Katan without a fight, without them dueling. So technically, Mando is the rightful ruler of Mandalore right now.
Yay.
And then they realize that the Dark Troopers are coming back. They're all in the ship. They think they're all safe because Moff Gideon's, captured, all that. But then Dark Troopers come back, a whole platoon of them, and they're hecka strong. We've already seen Mando fight
They're like
one.
rock'em sock'em robots.
Yeah, they're going.
The way they just boom, boom.
I was like, shoot, trying to knock the door down, and then we see an X-wing, and we're like,
oh, it's Dave Filoni.
it's Trapper Wolf.
Yay! He's here to save the franchise.
It was symbolism.
Yeah.
Dave Filoni flying in to save the franchise.
Oh, that's so good.
So we see the X-wing, and they're like, one X-wing.
I like what Cara Dune says, like, oh, one X-wing, we're saved.
Yeah. Cara.
I liked her
How
sarcasm.
foolish. And then my boy Luke Skywalker enters the fray. He's like this hooded figure. He's just slashing the Dark Troopers down.
I was really hoping that when he took off the hood, it would have been Sebastian Stan.
I thought it was gonna be.
I was really hoping for that, but it was a video game character.
Cyberpunk 2077.
No!
They made Luke Skywalker in Cyberpunk, and then they just like composited him into the Mandalorian.
I will say, I'm glad Mark Hamill was back for it.
He was.
Along with that other dude. But, like, it just looked sus.
It looked a little funky, I will admit. I was hoping he wasn't going to take off his hood, because obviously when he had the hood on and stuff, he was just slashing through. That was sick.
That was amazing. They had another guy come in to do that. That wasn't.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was, but
yeah, his name is like Max Lloyd Jones or something like that.
That's what it was. Yeah.
But so Luke comes in. Obviously, it's the Jedi that is answering the call of Grogu. Because he puts his little hand on the security camera, and he's like, "I'm here for him" or whatever. And then Mando has to give him up. He has to say goodbye. And before he goes, he takes off his helmet for him so Grogu can see his face. And then R2 shows up. R2's like, woo!
He's like, what's taking so long?
Yeah, he's like, I've been waiting in the car.
Bro, I just wanted to go home.
It's been hot in there.
My friends are on the Xbox. I just wanted to play with them.
And then Luke takes Grogu with them, and he has to say goodbye, and that just kind of ends there.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
It was kind of weird. It just boom. It just ended. They were still on the ship, and then
the
end credits scene.
end credits scene.
The after credits scene where Boba shows up on Tatooine.
Can I just say, Bib Fortuna is chunky, or
bro,
was.
he got fat. He was sitting
like,
on that
I want to be
long.
like Jabba. Give me all those chicken wings.
Sitting on that throne too long, and then you hear these blaster bolts. People are dying, and it's Fennec, and I was like, okay. And then you see someone walk up behind her, and I'm like, oh shoot.
Oh shoot, it's Boba Fett.
It's Boba Fett. He comes up, and Bib Fortuna was like, "Wah!" And he's like, Boba. I don't even remember what he says. Like, Boba,
I thought you were dead.
Yeah, and I've heard rumors or something, and he just goes and just
kills him.
Yeah, just throws him off the thing. Sits on the throne. Book of Boba Fett coming 2021, December of 2021.
And it's not a book. They fooled me too. I thought it was a book, but it's actually like a show called.
It's a show, yeah. They just revealed today, or well, when I'm filming this, it was today.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was way too long of a recap. Sorry, I don't even know how long that was, but
I don't either. But I thought you did good. Good job, dude. You've been carrying this series that we've been doing, and I
have not, but I've just been talking more. I've just been talking a lot. That's what I've been doing.
I'm just happy to tag along. I haven't really done much in this series, so.
I mean, you've been doing all the other videos. These are basically the only videos I've made for a while. So.
Yeah. It's all good though. We're working over here. But yeah, I thought season 2. I wasn't the biggest fan of the finale when I first saw it, but it's kind of growing on me now.
Have you watched it again?
No, but I'm starting to appreciate it based off of that one sit through and just like, okay, I see what they were trying to do, and I'm now seeing that they're making more shows, and it's just they're gonna find a way to. We're probably gonna see Grogu and Luke again at some point, and we're probably gonna see Boba and Fennec. Is that her name?
Yes, Fennec Shand.
Fennec Shand. Yes, I did it. I did it, Mom. I did it. But yeah, we're probably gonna see them again at some point. We're gonna see Ahsoka again for sure with the Ahsoka show coming. We're just gonna see a lot, and I kind of like how they're doing it in TV shows instead of movies.
Yeah.
And I think it would be easier for us to dissect it. It would be easier for them to just tell the story over a period of time rather than trying to rush a trilogy out in 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And with Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau kind of, I mean, I don't know how much control Kathleen Kennedy has nowadays, but
yeah.
Like it seems like Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are slowly just like, you know what, this is our franchise.
Yeah,
like,
I guess I'm in charge
they're kind
now.
of just taking over. So
yeah,
and I love it.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
They are Star Wars. They are Star Wars.
I feel like we'll probably see Cara Dune too with the Rangers of the New Republic. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I could see her kind of being one of the main characters of that show. Maybe not. Yeah. What I'd love to see is in that show, this is kind of a different topic, but I'm just going to say this quickly. What I'd love to see is the two New Republic guys that we saw in episode 2, the one guy who recruited Cara, and then Dave Filoni's character, Trapper Wolf. I want to see Dave Filoni star in his own show.
That would be so cool, actually.
He deserves it. He deserves it.
He does. Jon Favreau did it in Iron Man.
Yeah, exactly.
What's stopping you, Dave?
Come on, Dave.
Come on, Dave.
But yeah, it's like, I don't know. The finale, there was certain moments that were a little underwhelming, only like the ending, like what I was saying. It was kind of weird how it just ended. You know,
yeah,
it was like,
that was weird.
I was hoping we kind of see them go, you know, we kind of get a little bit of a hint of, we already kind of know what the next season's going to be like, but, you know, he and Bo-Katan maybe have a few more conversations. You know, we see Cara Dune go back to like Navarro or something. Yes, what?
Like, that's the question. Is Bo-Katan dead?
I don't think so. No, I thought so because she got like blasted down.
Obliterated.
But then in that last shot, She was standing up in the background.
Was she? Okay.
Yeah, so I think she's alive.
Man, gosh dang it.
Why did you not want her to live? You don't like her?
Her character, I appreciate what her character means to Star Wars. It's just, she's kind of like an anti-hero to me. It's like, I want to root for you, but you're just like a really mean person sometimes.
Well, she's got an interesting history, and obviously characters can change, but she's kind of got a weird history because I feel like a lot of people are kind of ignoring what she did when she was working with Pre Vizsla in the Death Watch, you know?
Yeah.
Like, like she can change, and I haven't seen her in Rebels, so, you know, she might, sorry, I just saw something on my phone. There was an alert about dogs at my apartment complex back in Tennessee, and the subject is just called poop alert. So I just I couldn't ignore it. I'm sorry.
It's so funny. Poop alert.
Poop alert. I'm like But anyway, I don't know what she's like in Rebels. So she might make kind of a, you know, more of a turn for the good. And I mean, she even kind of does in the end of the Clone Wars. You know? But I don't know. She's got kind of an interesting history. And so I agree with you. I think if she had have died, it wouldn't have been a huge problem. Yeah, like you said, I like what she represents, and to see her in the show was cool. And her character herself is cool. Her design and her fighting and stuff is cool. But her as a character, I think if she were to die, it wouldn't be a huge deal.
No. It would honestly be a huge weight off of Mando's back, because she may really want that Darksaber, honestly.
Yeah, and he's like, I mean, I got it now, so.
Honestly, though, all he would have to do is just, like, surrender in a fight.
Yeah, I saw somebody else say that. But like, he could just.
He was trying to, like, give it back to her, too. Like,
yeah, he was like, I yield. Here.
So, I don't know. That could be a thing, I guess. Just, like, because it doesn't seem like that big of a deal to him. So.
Yeah, and I feel like that's mainly what season 3 is going to be, is him going to Mandalore, and which I think would be interesting. It feels a little pretty big scale to go to Mandalore, but at the same time, like, I mean, it is the Mandalorian. For them to go to Mandalore and have to deal with their, you know, what's been going on, and the politics of their world and stuff, I think would be really cool. I think that'd be really interesting to see. Because I mean, we've seen some of it in the Clone Wars, but we've seen it through the eyes of other characters. We haven't really seen it through the lens of the Mandalorians necessarily, if that makes sense. So, like,
we've seen it through, like, Obi-Wan and Ahsoka.
And then, like, when Ezra and the gang in Rebels go.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess Sabine Wren, I guess she's a Mandalorian, so.
Yeah, she is. I wonder what she's doing. She was not seen in this entire show. That was the one cameo that I thought we would see. And
I thought so. Yeah, I thought I heard that.
We got a Luke Skywalker cameo.
Yeah.
We got an Ahsoka cameo.
We got Bo-Katan.
We got Fennec Shan. Yeah. She came back, and I guess it was more than just a cameo, but like.
Yeah, Boba
came back. Boba came back. We didn't get to see Sabine.
I was surprised. I thought we would. I was really afraid for a second that was going to be Ezra in the end. I was like, don't be Ezra. Like with the X-Wing, I was like, this is almost this. There's like no way this can't be Luke, you know?
Yeah.
But I was like, don't be Ezra, please.
It was Luke, thank goodness. I had to make sure that was like his hilt, because I remember in Return of the Jedi, his hilt looked very similar to Obi-Wan's during the Clone Wars and in the third movie, except it was like rusty and brown and crap, and the lightsaber was green, obviously.
Yeah.
I had to like get really close to the TV. I was like, is that his light? And it was. So
okay.
Was like, yeah, that's definitely Luke. So.
Yeah, that was him.
And then it was just a matter of, please let it be Sebastian Stan. Please let it be Sebastian Stan.
I know. I wasn't sure how they were gonna do that. It could have looked better, but yeah, I think for the little amount of time that he was on screen, I think it was okay. It wasn't like he was a main character. He was just there for a few minutes, and so I was okay with it. Like you said, it looked a little funky, but you know, I think it was okay. But so, and then we got the Book of Boba Fett, which I honestly thought, when I saw that, the impression that I got, because we've heard that Mandalorian was coming back for season 3 in December of 21, which is when the Book of Boba Fett is supposed to release, I was under the impression that this third season of The Mandalorian was going to be the Book of Boba Fett. That essentially, when I first saw that, my thought was that Din Djarin's story is over and that the Mandalorian, the titular Mandalorian, is going to be Boba now.
Yeah.
But, and then later I was starting to think, well, maybe not. Maybe it's just going to be the story is kind of the Book of Boba Fett, but we're still going to be focused on the Mandalorian, Din Djarin. And maybe Boba will just kind of be like a kind of a lurking presence the whole season. But I guess now we know that it's a whole other show.
Yeah, it is a whole other show. Because I watched, I think it was the actual reveal thing that Jon Favreau did on some kind of Good Morning America type show.
That's right. He was on Good Morning America this morning.
Yeah, and he revealed it. And apparently he was like, the third season of The Mandalorian's in pre-production, but Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett, is already like past that. Like they're filming it, I think.
They're filming it, really?
Yeah, maybe not filming it, but they're further into that than the third season Mandalorian or the Mandalorian.
Okay.
Mandalorian.
But, Mandalorian.
So I don't know when we're gonna see the third season of Mandalorian. Maybe not until 2022, but I do think we're going to get 2 completely different shows with the Book of Boba Fett and the Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah, no, they are 2 separate shows. But I assume we're still getting the Mandalorian season 3 in December. I thought that was my original thought, and I thought it had been confirmed by Lucasfilm, but maybe not. Maybe that was just speculation. Yeah, maybe it'll be Boba Fett is that time, and then Mando will be right after, which would make sense because I think it's a little weird since they're 2 separate series if they were to run at the exact same time, because I don't even think Marvel is doing that with their shows. No. So for 2 shows, especially 2 shows about Mandalorians, to be running at the exact same time, obviously I'm going to watch them. I'm going to watch the frick out of them, but like still be kind of weird, I feel like.
It'd be hard to keep up with, I feel like.
Yeah.
These events would be happening at the exact same time.
Yeah, because they're in the same timeline. I mean, some of these characters... I mean, a lot of the characters will probably cross over and stuff. So I feel like we've almost got kind of like a Marvel type thing on our hands now because Ahsoka and all those Rangers in the New Republic, those are all set within the Mandalorian timeline, which means probably a lot of the characters will cross over. What I heard somebody say, a theory that they had, I think it may have been the YouTuber named Star Wars Theory, I think he said that he kind of wonders if it's going to almost be like a Marvel type thing. And then like Thrawn is almost going to be like the Thanos, they're going to have a couple seasons building up this thing. And then, because I think they're supposed to have this big crossover event. If I remember right from what Kathleen Kennedy said in the investors meeting, I think there's supposed to be a crossover event. So maybe they're all going to cross over, come into one big thing against Thrawn. I don't know, but I think the theory makes sense.
Yeah. Ahsoka, Din Djarin, Boba Fett, or his friend, Sean, what?
Fennec Shand.
I'm trying. Fennec Shand.
Okay, you got it.
CGI Luke.
CGI Luke.
R2-D2. They're all going on this mission to make sure Thrawn doesn't, snap the universe into extinction. I don't know if that would be his main goal, but I don't know what it would be.
Yeah. I don't even know what Thrawn is doing right now, so I don't think anybody does. But yeah, it's...
Maybe Mayfield can join him. I don't know.
Yes, Mayfield.
He's a good guy now.
He is. Like, part of me kind of wants to see that, but part of me is also kind of sticks by the thing of I don't think the Mandalorian needs to be that big of scale.
No.
I feel like him going up, I think I said this last time when I thought that Thrawn was going to show up in this show. Him showing up in fighting Thrawn, that's just too big a scale because Thrawn is basically is almost...
Unless they build it up correctly.
I mean...
Or not really correctly, but well.
Yeah, I guess I said the same thing about Luke, and then they did that really well. So I shouldn't doubt this Filoni. I shouldn't
You
doubt
should know
Jon
by
Favreau.
now.
I know. I've doubted him on a couple things. Like Luke, I was like, when they said something about calling out to a Jedi, I was like, well, it's probably going to be Luke. It makes sense if it is. And I was like, I was scared because I thought bringing Luke Skywalker himself was going to be way too big. I was like, don't do that. Don't mess with that. But the way that they did it was really good. It was really well done.
Yeah.
He just kind of came in, got the child. But even in that moment, Luke was not the focus. It was the relationship between Grogu and Mando that was the focus in that moment. It was just Luke that was, that took him with him. And he saved them. I mean, he kind of saved their butts. They probably would have been dead.
Yeah,
Because
with
there was a
whole
whole
Dark
platoon of
Trooper
them
situation. The Rock'em
Yeah.
Sock'em robots.
going. Dude, can we just talk about the music, though? The music in the Dark Trooper scene?
That was
Ludwig Göransson going freaking Skrillex on us, going
the
blah, blah,
man
blah, blah.
insane.
It was so cool. I was like, at first I thought it was the Dark Troopers movements. I thought they were like moving, and then there was like a
Ludwig.
I've been bumping that soundtrack ever since I watched that.
Really?
Yeah,
I need to listen to the soundtrack.
it's so good. They have it all on Spotify, so they probably have it on Apple Music too.
Yeah.
Oh man,
What a show!
beautiful.
What a show!
What
So
a
better
wild
or
ride.
worse than season 1?
That is the question. It's really hard to say because season 1 was
About
getting
what you
us,
want, really,
huh?
because it's about what you want. Because these are as far as the vibe, these have been 2 completely different seasons.
Yeah, because season 1 was really, it was really, just the kind of one, every episode a new adventure, kind of lone rogue hero going on adventures, kind of a redemption story even in that season.
Yeah.
And then this season has been it's still got that feeling, which is what I really like, that they still stuck with that vision. They still stuck with that feeling. And Din Djarin is still, wait, my internet froze. Oh, never mind. I thought it froze. And Din Djarin is still who he is. He's still kind of he's never been a bad guy. He's been he's more of like, he worked for himself kind of thing. But we've seen him kind of still go on this journey of really getting connected to the child and really a father-son relationship kind of. So it's still always been about that. But this season was much more tied into the big Star Wars universe. We've got Bo-Katan, just in general, other Mandalorians that don't abide by the creed that he's been living by all of his life. We've got, Ahsoka. Obviously, that's a big deal. We've got just more stuff with the Jedi in general. We've got, obviously, and then, obviously in the end, we've got Luke Skywalker, So it's like, yeah, they're really kind of not two separate things. It still feels like the same show, which I can really appreciate.
Yeah.
Some shows kind of stray so much from their past seasons that they hardly feel like the same show. Stranger Things seasons 2 and 3 basically feel like 2 completely different shows to me. So part of that's production value, I think. But this show still feels like the same show, but it's really hard to say though, because they do feel like just in certain ways they do feel very different. But they're both so good, so it's really hard to choose.
Yeah. Part of me wants to choose season 2's better because of the action and the cameos and everything, but season 1 was just so it felt like it just flowed out of the creators. It was just it's such a minimalistic but amazing story. It's kind of like how I feel with I don't know if you've ever listened to Frank Ocean, but his 2 albums that he's only released, Blonde and Channel Orange. I only like Channel Orange just a bit better than Blonde. And I don't know if I like one or the other a bit better than the other right now, but it's going to be like that. I feel like when I do have a favorite season.
Yeah.
I think it just matters. I think we just got to see how well this one ages, season 2.
Yeah.
Over the test of time, and I'll probably have an answer when season 3 comes out.
Yeah. No, well, I think I think part of it maybe is season 1, no one really knew what to expect. I mean, we'd seen trailers, so we knew kind of obviously that it was about a Mandalorian. We knew that it was that kind of thing, but it was so new when season 1 came out. It was this new character, whereas it just inevitably season 2 had so much more hype around it, obviously. And so each episode, and we had gotten the whole summer, we had gotten rumors of cameos, like, oh, Rosario Dawson might be Ahsoka, Tamira Morrison might be coming back as Boba. So we kept getting rumors of cameos. So there was all this anticipation built up. Whereas season 1, there was anticipation just because it was Star Wars, but I don't think it was quite as like there wasn't the general sense of like, this is saving Star Wars like there is now. Now people are treating it like, this is basically redeeming Star Wars for me, which it kind of is after the sequel trilogy. This is exactly what we need. But back when it was first being talked about and first releasing, we really just had the hype of a live action Star Wars show to go off of,
Yeah.
So I think it's all about I feel like some of it comes from that, if that makes sense.
Like expectations.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Because people didn't really have expectations when it was first coming out, other than that, we know the Mandalorians and it's a Star Wars show.
Mm-hmm.
But we had never seen a live action Star Wars series. So.
And now we're getting a buttload of them.
Yeah, now that's most of what we're getting, except for
Bad
Batch and Visions, I guess.
Which one is Visions again?
That's the one that's going to be 10 different short films directed by different Japanese animated or like anime directors.
You're right. Okay.
Which I'm really excited about that. I think that'll be interesting because I love 2D animation, so to see Star Wars take a really like cool stylistic 2D approach, which is what I'm hoping they're doing.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Solid. So I think that'll be cool. I think that'll be nothing like canon shattering, but I think it'll be really sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be about like new characters or what it will be, but they just really revealed it. So, and then did you see? So Fennec Shand is obviously. So they said that she's going to be in the Book of Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
But she's also going to be, like, Ming-Na Wen officially said that she's going to be the voice of her in the Bad Batch. So like
that was her.
Yeah, so because a lot of people were like, "Is that her?" Like, because the helmet looked like her, and then she just recently said that she's gonna be in the Bad Batch and she's coming back to voice her. So I was like,
"Yes,
let's go."
Dude. I wonder if like back when Star Wars: The Clone Wars first started, like I wonder if Dave ever knew what he was getting himself into, because like that was back in 2007 or something.
Yeah, I think he got hired in like 2006 or 7. Yeah,
that was 13 years ago, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm just gonna make this one really crappy Clone Wars movie that's like an hour and a half. And I'm gonna get fired." No, you're not. You're gonna create a freaking universe. Well, you're gonna add on to the universe that already exists and that we love, but it's gonna be like insane.
It's really cool though because like he's one of the maybe not, but I mean he's been there. I mean George Lucas hired him. He's not like a new hire. He's one of the originals. If you want, maybe not one of the originals, but you know what I mean. He's been there for a long time. So yeah, it's just little did we know he was gonna like, I hate to be as dramatic as to say he saved Star Wars.
He did though.
But he's done a lot of good stuff with it. Now Star Wars Resistance, I'm not sure if that's
I need to watch
how that is. I might watch it if I just want something kind of stupid to put on.
Just for the memes.
Yeah. And like Rebels, I should watch that at some point. Apparently it gets good, so I guess I should watch that.
Yeah.
But
so was Resistance, that was Filoni?
I believe so. I think, I'm pretty sure that was Filoni.
The one dud in the track list.
Yeah, so he may have taken a little bit of an L there, but it's okay. He redeemed himself. He went above and beyond to redeem himself with The Mandalorian. Now, some of that's also Jon Favreau and all the other writers and directors they've hired, so... Mm-hmm. I was really glad to see that Robert Rodriguez will be a part of the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, really?
Because that episode that he directed was probably my favorite of the season.
Which one was that one again?
The Tragedy. The one
that's when they took Grogu.
Yeah, the one where Boba first showed up. Or, well, not first showed up. He was the hooded figure in the end of episode 1. Or in the end of, chapter 13. Or, no, chapter 9, sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he directed that one, so... He'll be a producer on this series, which I'm really happy about.
Oh, oh my gosh. Oh, that's
I'm,
really cool though.
yeah, I'm curious to see. Not to turn this into a Book of Boba Fett video, but I'm curious to see if they're gonna bring in like a lot of the old bounty hunters in the Book of Boba Fett. Like, are we gonna see like Dengar and
And
Bosk
Musk in
and
them.
yeah, and like all those other characters like IG-88 and what is the like Forlom and what's the other guy that's there?
Um,
I just saw his name or her. I don't know who it is, but there's like a big person in a cloak, and they're like, hold up, let me look this up.
Cloak. Oh, are you talking about? Was she in the Clone Wars?
I don't know.
Was she like really skinny?
No, it's like
But she was like tall though, like but skinny, and had a
me.
sniper. A
Let me find
hood?
a picture. Hold up, I found a list of
Remember
them.
the hood.
Orlam Zuckus. That's who it is.
I don't remember who Zuckus is.
Hold up.
I need to get educated. I don't watch Star Wars. Oh my gosh, who are you? Well, you're
Apparently
Zuckus,
they're.
but like.
Who are you, Zuckus? They're in episode 5. Okay, it's a guy, but so I'm wondering if they'll show
I started rewatching
those
the original
characters.
trilogy,
Really?
but I've only seen the fourth. I've only seen A New Hope again. I'm trying to get that movie ranking done because I want to make like movie ranking videos.
Like movies in general or the Star Wars movies?
Like just franchises. Like I want to
Okay.
make a Harry Potter one, a Star Wars one, an MCU one. I guess those are the only three I could do right now. But
Your hot take
listen,
Marvel. No, I'm not gonna get it on that. I'm just saying it'd be funny to make that just to.
yeah,
Hey, I get it. I mean, like
we're gonna lose
I'm
subscribers, man.
like I don't agree with your opinions, but
I
I
know.
respect it. I get it. I get that you
You
have
get
them, and that's
why I
fine.
think the way that I think.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna say because like yeah, I prefer certain movies, but I understand that that's my opinion. I've told you, I prefer Solo to Rogue One, and
And yeah, that's fine.
that's
Nobody thinks that way.
yeah.
Just thought I'd let you know. Just kidding. It's fine to like Solo more than Rogue One.
It's yeah. I feel like I could make a whole other video about that, but
A video essay. The Tragedy of Jim
yes.
Hopper Part 2. A Star Wars story.
It's not about Jim Hopper at all. I just put that in the title.
Just thought you put that
Just so I could say part 2.
That's so funny.
Oh man.
Uh,
But yeah,
yeah.
man, this finale was
it was
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if any tears actually rolled out of my eyes.
They didn't for
Got
me, but I was
close.
feeling it though.
They were welling up. I think my lip was quivering a little bit. I was getting in my feels, bro.
A lot of people cried.
Because like it was bad enough when he was just looking at him.
Yeah.
Then we saw him actually like tear up. He actually
I think the main reason I didn't cry was because I was still butthurt it wasn't Sebastian Stan under that hood.
That's fair. That's fair. To watch it again, like that's not Sebastian Stan, so you can just get in your feels,
Yeah, about taking off the helmet and all that stuff.
Because it's just like basically what that says is it's like he cares more
About Grogu.
He cares more about Grogu than his creed because there's a bunch of people around. Luke is looking right at him, but he doesn't care. In that moment, all he cares about is Grogu, and then he leaves it off. He leaves his helmet off for a minute as he watches him go. So it's like,
it's so sad. It's so sad.
Like narratively, I'm glad that's the route they did because I think if they didn't, it would just feel like, oh, they just want to keep Baby Yoda in because they know a lot of people are like, people love Baby Yoda or Grogu, but people call him Baby Yoda. So it's like, I'm glad narratively they did that, but nonetheless, it was very touching.
Yeah.
I think it's partially just the moment itself was very touching, but I think what made it harder was because Mando especially has just been he's not heartless, he's just a fairly kind of emotionless character. So like, you good? Oh, was that the phone? I didn't even hear it until you pointed it out, actually. Now I hear it. Yeah.
That's not Jesus this time. I don't know who this is.
Who are you?
Hey, who are you? Anyway, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. But yeah, so I think just because, especially Mando is almost like a Batman type of character where he's just very serious, very like not showing a lot of emotion, and
Probably why
so
I like the show so much.
huh?
That's probably why I like this show so much, because it gives me Batman vibes.
Batman vibes, bro. Yeah, but he's like
Batman.
so to see him just kind of get emotional and really just like have such a bond with this little character is just
This is a little guy.
this little guy, dude.
Little
I thought he was gonna take out the little ball from his ship and like give it to him. That would have broken me. I would have, but he
I
didn't.
thought he already had it at first. Oh wait,
Well,
no, he got him out of the razor. No, yeah,
he pulled it out of the wreckage of the Razor Crest.
Yeah, he probably still has it then.
What I'm wondering is, Mando doesn't have a ship. What I thought was going to happen in the end.
The Imperial shuttle, though.
That's true. They can just like drop him off anywhere he wants to go. They can just drop him off at Mandalore.
Or he could just keep the ship out. I mean,
you're like, let's get in my ship. It's an entire Imperial shuttle, or like not even a shuttle. Like I don't even know what that thing is called. It's like a small Star Destroyer. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Razor Crest is gone. What I thought was going to happen is that Boba Fett was going to die, and he was going to give him the Slave One.
Yeah. I'm glad he didn't die.
Yeah. And we're getting a whole show. So as weird as I think that'll be, I'm also really excited because Boba Fett is Boba Fett, and it was so amazing to see him back, and then to get Tamir Morrison himself back in the role.
Yo, I didn't notice this until I watched him come back like fully without the hood, but he's the same guy that played Jango Fett.
What?
I know. That's kind of crazy, isn't it?
No way.
I'm sorry. My sister showed me a meme yesterday. I think I've seen it before, but it was still funny. It was like the same guy who played Commander Cody in episode 3 played Jango Fett in episode 2. It was just
What?
Oh my gosh!
No way.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to be funny. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I think that was really all I had to say. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I shouldn't say it's going to be weird. I just think it's sort of strange that they're going to be releasing at like the exact same time.
Yeah.
I also I don't want them to run it into the ground. I think Boba worked so well.
Happening at the same time.
Yeah, like I feel like Boba worked so well in The Mandalorian. I don't know if he needed his own show. Hope that's not like Star Wars heresy to say.
No, it might, but I agree with you. I feel like them two working together would be pretty dope. But then again, Boba filled out his debt to.
I mean, he did. Yeah, he helped him rescue Grogu, so he really doesn't. He's really kind of just loyal to himself. So yeah. I guess it's more true to the character to kind of do something like that.
Yeah. Oh well.
Because he's kind of an interesting case. He's not really good or bad. He just kind of works for himself, you know.
Yeah.
He hates the Empire, but that doesn't really make him a decent guy. It just means he hates the evil side. Yeah.
Exactly. Window. Well. That's
all I really have to say.
This is a long video, I'm sure.
Probably, actually. It might be close to like an hour, possibly.
Yikes.
It's okay.
It's okay. I don't think you'll have to edit it at all, really.
Nah, probably not. I'll probably just do like long discussion. If people watch it, they watch it. If not,
it is what it is.
I'll upload it anyway.
Yeah. Alrighty.
All right. You want to do your outro?
Don't mind if I do. Alrighty. So, thanks for sticking around till the very end. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and share with your friends. Let us know what you thought of The Mandalorian Season 2 down in the comments below. We're going to disagree with all of them, but you know what? That's what opinions are for. We're just going to delete your comments. It's not that big of a deal.
Just going to report you and block you, and you know, it's okay.
Exactly. And anyway, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. That stuff will be in the description below. and subscribe if you haven't already, and if I haven't said that already either. So anyway, it's been fun, and we'll see you guys in the next one. See you guys.
Bye.